Hi everyone. So, I'm super excited. Let me just say that much. This is my first makeup tutorial on this channel, and it is also gonna be the first. Well, along with the first, usually it's the roughest and toughest and all that stuff. But I did want to make it a little special. I did want to make this the first makeup tutorial, but I did want to make it episode 2 of the relationship advice series I have. I thought because it is the first and because, editing isn't really my strong suit right now, that I'll make it, a long ranty one, but also make it an episode because, long ones usually are episodes. So, I'm going to start off with saying how much I've missed you guys. Honestly, I was really thinking, should I do it separate or together? And I was like, I'm gonna do it all together. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my contour, how I use hacks with everyday makeup and turn it into stuff that's unbelievably, like, you think it's like high class, but it's the cheapest stuff. And I will show you guys a little bit of my brands. I don't really use like name brand stuff, but it's always cool. Before I start, I want to pick a lip color right now. Let me check. Let me see. I think I'll just do one of these with some with a lip liner. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. So, oh my god. So today's episode is going to be about effective communication. Reason why I wanted it to be about effective communication is because I've done it before about communication, but I feel like a big part about that is that, yeah, communication is very important, but effective communication is the most important type. So I'm going to, just talk about what you can do, how it works, situations in which you can use effective communication instead of just normal, not effective communication. So I'm going to kind of like do a tutorial and talk. So I'm going to be using this contour brush by Sephora, and it's one of my favorite brushes, honestly. I don't know why. I actually do. It's because I have a very big face, and I like it's angled, it's big, it's fluffy, and it feels really soft on my face, so that's why I like it. I'm going to be using LA Colors I Love Makeup Contour Palette, and I'm going to be using this light shade and then this darker shade. I always mix it. While I do that, I'm going to be talking. So, the reason why I say effective communication is best is because imagine, your partner comes home. Comes home late, or it just comes home and you needed milk for a recipe or something you were making, and they had told you that they were gonna get the milk, and they don't bring it, right? Naturally, you're upset. Naturally, you're like, why would you say yes? And you would start, kind of instigating, not a problem, but instigating to try to talk it out. What happened? But then you have to realize that some people don't really do it in the effective way. The effective approach would be, where's the milk? Like, are you okay? Like, what happened? Like, And of course you're going to be upset. I'm not saying that you should be upset that they forgot the milk and they said they were going to be. But you never really know why they didn't bring it. It could have been something. There could have been circumstances as to why or where the milk is. Like, why isn't it there? Why didn't they have it? So I'm just going to stop a little bit and explain what I do. So I start here, and then eventually, I did this before, but I wanted to see how it would look in the this new lighting setup I have. So I'll just kind of like replicate what I did. So I start here, above my natural, and then I blend. I give myself a deep, nice, strong cheekbone, and then I blend more. So yeah, so you never know why. So being calm, I'm going to use my mirror. Being calm, I feel, is the best way to approach it. You don't know why. You don't know what happened. You don't know what they're going to say, or if they forgot, or if they, didn't have their wallet. You don't really know why. you kind of just assume that they're horrible people because they forgot. Some people do that. The reason why I made it where I'm doing a relationship advice is because a lot of people tend to forget that we're human. We're not supposed to be perfect, and there goes my loud heater, but sorry. That we're not perfect. We're not supposed to always remember stuff. We're not supposed to always please and just be robots in a way, So you kind of have to give each other slack. Yeah, I forgot the milk. I'm sorry, but next time you get the milk. It's you kind of have to laugh because you can't take life so seriously. Yeah, you wanted whatever it is. You wanted mac and cheese that night, and you needed milk. Well, they came home at around 4. I mean, there should be like a bodega or a grocery store still open. I mean, you can't be that so upset if there's still time. There's still time. Another example, and I always use this example because it's really funny because I've done this before and I felt really bad about it afterwards. That if you're in a relationship and you've been together maybe a comfortable amount. So for me, I feel like my comfortable amount would be anything more than 4 to 5 months. So you guys have been in a comfortable relationship where they come over and they're like, oh, what food do you want? Whatever. They go get it for you before they come. And just so happens that you had a sucky day. Sucked. Horrible. Monstrous. Maybe not that close. But then they come and they bring you tacos. You ask for tacos and you expect them, because you're in a comfortable relationship, to get you your taco sauce, right? I don't know what taco sauce is. I don't eat tacos, but anyways. To get you your taco sauce. Turns out they didn't bring it, and I'm going to be using this eyeshadow brush, but it's also good for blending with the nose. So it is a really fluffy, soft brush, and I'm going to be using it on my nose to just really sharpen, but also make sure that it's blended so it's not just harsh, and also to clean up this line here. Anyways, I definitely I use this because it's really funny. When I say it, I mean, it's probably not that funny, but anyways. But yeah, so you would expect them to have tacos with taco sauce, like it should. And they come, they gave you your tacos, you're lit for like 30 seconds. Open the bag, no taco sauce. How livid are you on a scale from 1 to 30? 110. Why? Because you had a sucky day. You wanted tacos to make you feel better, and your significant other was the one who bought the tacos because they asked you, do you want tacos? They got you it, and then remember, you had a sucky day before they brought you tacos. Therefore, they didn't really cause the bad day, all of it. They just kind of, tipped it. Like, it's like, this is the bad day, right? And it's already like this. And then, no taco sauce is like, it's over. But my point is that they weren't the one who tipped it the whole, it wasn't done. They might have, been the one that, and, that really got it, to the last point. Okay, here's the question. Do you treat them as if they ruined your whole day by the one thing they did, and they really didn't even realize that they were supposed to do that, by giving you taco sauce or something? They didn't really think it was that important. Do you treat them like they were the ones who ruined your whole day, the whole entire day? Or do you just kind of give them a little bit of what they deserve in a way, in terms of getting a little bit upset but not fully upset? You just blame all of your life problems on them. You know what I'm talking about. So I definitely think that effective communication is a great example here. You need to be able to communicate the fact that you're upset, and you need to communicate, no, I am not upset at only you. Yes, I'm upset you forgot my taco sauce, but you aren't necessarily that, in terms of responsibility, it wasn't necessarily all your fault. That's what I'm trying to get at. And then you also have to remember that they're not gonna read minds. You can't sit in a corner, bitch and moan, and be like, I hate my life, blah, 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 blah. And they're not going to know what's wrong. They're not going to know what they did to upset you. They're going to ask you, and you're going to be like, oh, you should get it ready. No. Clearly they don't, so that's why they ask. I'm going to be using the same exact stuff that I've used on my nose and all that stuff to contour my lids. Reason why is because I always contour here and then make it kind of like seamless in a way. So that's what I do for my contour. I'm going to do this probably closer to the end because this is a little hot messy. But remember, do not take it all out on them. Why did I say it was funny is because, you know, five years later, if you guys are still together, you'll laugh at the fact that you literally like busted and combusted over taco sauce. Who knows? In 5 years' time, you could have became a vegetarian. Don't even eat tacos anymore. And you'll feel like trash because you're like, damn, I literally like roasted your whole soul over taco sauce, and now I don't even eat meat. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, that's why I feel like it's funny. You can't take life too seriously because you never know what can happen in the future to make that situation feel like it was the dumbest stuff. And I learned this from my aunt. She always said, is this gonna matter? Is this situation or problem gonna matter in 5 years? Then if it's yes, then, you know, work it out, talk about it. If not, then you shouldn't be mad at it more than 5 minutes. And I feel like growing up, I feel like I really took it to heart. I don't stay mad. I feel like it's not in my character to stay mad at all. Like, when I say it's not in my character, it's very rarely you'll see me upset over the same exact thing, like, a week from now. Like, I'll probably forget, like, for real. So, never take life so freaking serious. Because, you know, problems come and go. Effective communication is always something that is worked on. You need to figure out what works and what doesn't. One relationship you have with one person is not always going to be the same exact kind with another person. Just because it worked with one person, saying I was upset when you did this isn't always going to kind of work with someone else. Like, for example, me and my best friend versus me and like a family member. I can tell them I don't like when you did that, and, you know, I can say it kind of like in a way, any way I want, because we'll work it out. We'll, you know, figure a way to figure it out. But a family member, you know, they're sensitive in a way. Like, they don't want to hear you, you know, upset in a way. They don't want to hear you like mad at them. So that's a big part about effective communication. Making sure that you tell them, like, oh, when you did this, I felt like this because it hurt, or whatever. Using I statements is literally going to save your life, no matter who you're talking to. Because no one wants to listen that they messed up or they're horrible. I'm going to be contouring my forehead with this brush. And I do it in like triangle shapes, if you can already see it. I do it here, and then I do here, and then I go straight across. Because I'm shaped like a potato, so I try to, you know, make sure that my face looks a little bit smaller and a little bit more, you know, not round all the time. So yeah, telling them in a way that's not gonna hurt their feelings is kind of good. Sometimes you kind of have to be blunt, and if they're really aggravating you and doing something you don't like, kind of feelings are getting thrown out the window in a way. But I don't suggest that. I suggest you kind of work it through and make sure that they understand what you said. That's another thing. Just because you're communicating doesn't mean that they're understanding what you're saying. Prime example. Telling somebody how they messed up, but you're not telling. You're yelling. And that never usually works. You want to know why? Because if everyone's kind of in a way defensive, when they hear yelling, they're ready to be like, don't yell at me, I'm gonna yell back. No one really is like gonna just stay there and be like, yeah, I totally understand what you're saying, thank you for yelling at me. Like, you know, there's a better way, effective way to communicate that you're upset besides yelling. You can do that, and that's what I'm suggesting with you guys now. I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York 120 Classic Ivory Fit Me Press Powder. And I'm going to be using this brush, also a Sephora brush. It's supposed to be for contour, but I use it for powders and for blending because honestly, it's just soft. And I like the skin. Okay, so I'll show you. You just load it up with all your product, and then you do. In a way, I mean, I use it for contouring to sharpen up my contouring, but I don't use the actual contouring, makeup material, I guess. I don't know what to call makeup sometimes, but I don't actually use the makeup part. I use the powder part to make it more defined. You see the difference? So it's like a more kind of brighter in a way. But yeah. So back to what I was saying. If there's a better way to say it, buddy. And that's basically the moral of this episode, is that if there's a better way to tell somebody you're upset, there's a better way to tell somebody that you don't appreciate what they did or what they didn't do, then say it, but in an effective way. If you guys don't know what effective means, it means in a better way, in a way that's going to create change positively. That's the way I see it. Effective meaning like, yeah, this kind of sucks and I don't really like it, but we're going to effectively try to change it and effectively try to make it work. If you guys didn't notice, I don't usually pat off any makeup. That's, for me, I feel like I don't do that. I probably should. But for me, because I have very red skin underneath all of this, and me, when I tap off any excess product, I feel like I need that product, so I don't really tap it off. I think you've noticed, I don't know if I told you guys, I've been using this to blend, not a brush, just because, and it's not a cream, it's not like I put a cream, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like this does good too, because, sponges kind of do absorb, and kind of sometimes it's good that they take off makeup, so that's why I kind of use this a little bit, instead of using like a paper towel or something, because then that really takes it all off, and I don't want that. So I've done the contour, and I've done the sharpening up of the cheekbones. Now I'm going to show you guys the little hack I do, especially because my highlighter broke, my favorite highlighter, my only highlighter. I know it's crazy that me, out of all people, only have one highlighter. Well, it was highlighting kind of like package thing, so it was like a compact, and it had 4 different highlighters, and they also happened to just shatter. I'm really depressed about it. Don't want to talk about it. But luckily, I have a lot of eyeshadows like this, that I have stuff like this that I can use as eyeshadow, highlight. Probably use something like this as highlight. Some people are bold and use like this as highlight or this as highlight. I personally don't, especially because I'm doing more of a natural look today. So I usually use, depending on where I'm putting the highlight, 2 of similar kinds of brushes, but they're different sizes. So they're both fluffy. This one's more stiff because it's smaller, and they're both round. So I use this one for here, sometimes here and here, and I use this one for my brow bone, my inner corners, and the tip of my nose, and sometimes, only sometimes, do I do right here, especially if I have my eyeliner on already. I'm going to be doing a eyeliner tutorial one day. I hoped you guys didn't notice that this was already done, but don't worry about that. I'm sure you guys kind of like my basics of how I do it. So I load the brush, both of them at the same time. Not like both, but I mean, with the white one, with this one here. And I load it up because I love a pop. You don't understand how much, especially eyebrow pop. That's literally what can make or break my day. If I take a picture and my whole face is not blended, it looks orange, whatever, my eyebrow pop is on point, I don't care. So going back to effective communication real fast, even about how appearances too, not even just situations like where you forget milk and stuff. It's like, if you can say maybe you don't look your best right now, or like maybe you don't think you messed up on like an eyebrow. I don't know. It's about effectiveness. It's about like making sure you're saying it in the best way possible. The way I put my highlight on is I use the setting spray, and then it wets and moistens the face, and then I put it on immediately after here, and then here, and then I spray it again, and then I do the rest of it because it pops out more. And then probably like maybe one other time after that. I really like when my makeup stays on because I know out of all the time that I'm either in school or at home, I like to wipe and wipe and wipe and wipe, and it's a lot. It's an emotional day for me all the time. So I'm gonna spray, and this tour always takes me a while because I get scared. But anyways, ready? That's a beautiful spray. But I have to do this really fast. So I'm going to take the big one, load it up again, and you see where that natural light is hitting? I'm going to put the powder on, so even in the dark, I'll still have that nice, beautiful highlight. And be careful, especially with this hack, because this is eyeshadow, and not highlighter. I mean, I feel like it's the same thing, but the pigments, depending on especially what kind of brand or like, what color it is, can be very, very strong. So please be mindful of that, especially if you're not being mindful, at least know how to blend it right. So like for me, like that's very strong, and that's not even the natural light. That's just how it looks. So I'm definitely going to after applying in the general area, take my beauty blender and blend. I would use a brush, but I do this first just because you press it into your skin, for that naturalness, See how much better that looks? And sometimes you don't really get the same highlight on both sides, and that's why I usually add a little bit too much on one side, but what can you do? Especially for me, I know a pet peeve of mine is when someone who doesn't do makeup, or someone who I don't really know that well, tries to like tell me about how to do makeup, or like what I shouldn't have done to my face, and that's a no-no. If we're friends, go ahead, tell me maybe I didn't blend this right, or maybe I should add a little bit of a little, right there. That's okay. But if you don't know me and you have the audacity to go ahead and be like, oh, that doesn't look right, that's horrible, oh my god, I will take it as a personal attack. And sometimes effective communication doesn't work for me. Just being honest. If you want to, like I said, if you want to tell somebody something and you want to be honest, effectively do that. Tell somebody, but do it in a way that's not going to get you, ninja sword kicked. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I think you understand. But yes, so this video is getting very long, and I apologize. But it is really good to just sit here and talk to you guys and show you guys how I do certain things, because I know you guys ask me all the time, do a makeup video. You're beauty central. You're supposed to teach us how to do makeup. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm sorry that it's long, but I like to talk, and it's like if we're best friends and you're watching me do my makeup, but I'm also trying to tell you about relationships. I try to do it in a personal level. So the last two things are going to be the rest of the highlight and the lip gloss to finish, and then I'm going to say adios. But until then, I have one more thing to say. It is announcement. I have been working on a very secret project that I didn't tell you guys about. And I've been working on it for about a month or so. I don't want to really spoil it, but I'm kind of nervous because I think it might have it is in a way a little bit copyrighted, but I don't want it to get taken down because I worked so hard on it. So if there's a way that I can still post it here, but it not have the same audio. It's gonna be very sad because the main thing is about the audio. But I did work very hard on it, and I do want you guys to see it because I did work so hard. Then I will post it, and you guys will see my magic. I'm a perfectionist, so it really shouldn't really have taken a month or so, because I know some people who took like 2 weeks and they were done. Because it wasn't really a group project, but it I don't want to spoil it, but it was a project in a way that other people were doing, and I felt like it needed to be over the top. And you guys might be like, when you watch it, be like, how is this over the top? But for me, I wanted it to be really nice, and I wanted it to represent in more like depth than just a normal fun video. You know what I mean? So I really want you guys to see it. I would be so happy because I know you guys also know that I used to sing a lot before, and I used to on this channel it was just me singing almost all the time. So do want you guys to watch it. No, I'm not singing in it. I wish I was, but it was really fun to make, and it was a lot of hard work to make. So I hope that I can post it. And right now, these are my favorite parts. It's the inner corner. Look at that eyebrow glow. And then I'm going to do my lips right now. A big part about who I am as a person is that I like honesty. I'm very blunt, I'm very honest, and I love to tell people how it is, what it's gonna be. But I'm also a softie, and I like to make people happy, and I don't like always to make people happy, but it is a big part about me, especially people I love. To try to say honesty in a way that they're gonna get through their heads and not take it so personal. Like, why would you say it to me? Personal like that. So the video is getting very long, so I'm gonna kind of little rush. I'm going to line my lips with this. What is this? This is a bold lip liner from NK in the color brown. I don't want to read all of the numbers and letters right now, but it's a little bit of an ombre-ish brown. It's like a very natural brown. And yeah, I am wearing a gloss over this, but I don't like natural gloss over my lips because I kind of have a little bit of a weird lip color, like natural, especially because I have been sick. So just a little color to contour and to also highlight. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this episode. I hope you guys liked my first attempt of in a way a hacks video, and then my first tutorial. It was a lot. Today was a lot. But I hope you guys liked it, because I honestly feel like if I planned it out a little bit better, that I'll be able to do this and have more fun with it. So yeah, this is Revlon. It's like a pinkish, but it has gold in it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's pretty legit. This is my favorite everyday kind of glitter gloss, I guess. Because you can literally put it on top of anything, and it just looks wonderful. And I don't believe this was cheap at all. I mean, it was cheap. I meant to say this wasn't expensive at all. But, anyways. I really packed this on there because I love to have big, full lips. And that's kind of like a hack I do, is use lip gloss. Because lip gloss, you don't have to overline your lips. You just put lip gloss. And it makes your lips so huge. Depends on the color and all that. I know, it's kind of awkward. It was a really long process, but I'm sorry. Last steps. to remove my clips in my hair and to kind of put my hair around my face in a way that's appealing. This is a messy kind of everyday look. You know, this is a let me go get some milk and not forget the taco sauce look. So I hope you guys like this. And that fell. I hope you guys like this. I had so much fun. Comment down below what other topic you want me to talk about in the next episode of relationship advice, or what you guys would like to see me do makeup wise or technique wise, or maybe just like kind of like a tour of my makeup, because I have a whole like wall thing here right in front of me of just makeup. So maybe a room tour or something. I don't know. My room's pretty small. You guys basically saw my whole room. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. Like I said, I hope to be able to upload that video I was talking to you guys about, because I did work super hard on it. And yeah, so I hope to guys. I hope to see you guys soon. Remember, life is the key to a very successful day. Live, laugh, and love. And yeah, don't take life too seriously. But also remember that relationships can be very beautiful and a blessing. So don't take them for granted. Bye, guys.